Welcome back to the Realistic Cattle Ranch Challenge on Sunshine Forest. I'm BP, and it's time to get to work. I thought we'd start the episode at the animal dealer today rather than ending it there. Seems to be our routine, just mix it up a little bit. Do have some fun projects to jump into on the farm. Today is field expansion day for our wheat field. So once we get back, we're going to jump in the Fiat, grab our plow, and we are going to make that wheat field bigger so we can plant it in September next month. So let's see what we have at the animal dealer. All right, so the last time I did this, I came home with a bull and didn't mean to. So let's make sure we don't do that. So Nelly is not a bull, so let's go ahead and grab Nelly. Very good overall. Love that. All right, we don't need any bulls. Holstein is very bad. Angus, Lana is very good from Norway. Hello, Lana. Welcome to the ranch. Star is very bad. That one's very bad. Those are bulls. Limousine, very bad. Hereford, we have so many bulls. I mean, just so many big bulls. Water buffalo, finally. We've been waiting to buy some water buffalo. So here we can buy this one. Great. And I think they got screwed up. Let's come back out here. Water buffalo, that one's very bad. Water buffalo bulls. Man, I guess we could look at, you know, like here's $975 for a limousine bull. That's just literally a meat animal for us. But I mean, do we throw them in the pen and grow them on grass? I mean, maybe. We've had so many bulls. So let's see. Let's buy this one. Buy 2 animals. Yep. Okay. So I mean, we're just going to buy some bulls to have for feed animals. So. All right, so I figured on the way back, we'll discuss the plan for the upcoming year, since we are officially entering in our 4th year. So I've been looking at our pastures, and I'm not sure I want to keep the adolescent heifers with the bulls in the breeding pen. Plus, our birthing barn is getting to be relatively full. We're up to like 32 pregnant cows in there, cows and heifers, and it only has a capacity of 50. So that seems a little bit like we're going to run out of space. I mean, we had 2 calves this morning. I had to find spaces in the existing igloos. I think we have 1 open spot between the 6 igloos, so we're definitely running at capacity or very close to it. So what I'm thinking, in October, our cheese is going to be at its best price, maybe even the evening of September. It tends to peak in price the night before. But if we sell that, we continue to make some good money on our greenhouses, which I've cranked all the way up with the manure and the production scale and everything else. I'm hoping we'll be able to buy a real cow barn with a pasture. The one I have in mind, I think, holds 150 animals maybe, and that would become our new birthing barn. It would allow us to move adolescent heifers into what is now the birthing barn, and still be a little bit sheltered in case it's cold or, you know, they're not ready for the elements. And then when they're ready to be bred, they move to the breeding pen. So thinking about adding a barn, have to figure out, you know, the finances of getting that done. You know, we might even have a pallet of eggs to sell finally after I think it's been it's been at least a year, because we put the first batch of wheat in there with the chickens and still and put our second one in now. So for right now, let's just get these animals where they belong, and then we'll go work on the field. So Nelly, Lana. And then I thought we picked up man, did we not? This whole thing where it doesn't select the right animals is challenging. So let's see. The baby can go in there. The water buffalo can go in here. So move. Selected. Move 4 animals. Yes. All right. So now the question becomes, Did we end up buying that bull, or do we end up with a heifer calf that we are not interested in having on the farm? So let's pause here real quick. So I thought we bought one of the bulls to throw into the pen. So let's see. Brown, Swiss, Holstein, Angus. We have our Angus bull, our limousines. Okay, so there is a limousine bull here that needs to be moved. He just got mixed in, so that's not a problem. Which one of you guys has a spot? I think it's his first igloo. So we'll grab the Fiat, we'll move the water tank, we'll get our calf put into an igloo. I'm going to go back through real quick once that's done and name them so we don't forget when and where we got them. Let's just pull the water tank over here. We're just going to need it out of the way for the rest of the day. Get turned around here. And we're going to need the Fiat next, so let's put it right over here out of the way, but where we can get back to it quick. Jump back into the International. And there's our one calf is still in there. I thought maybe we lost it there for a second. Oh, gotta get a little bit closer. Let's see. Straighten her out here. Good enough? Yep. Okay. So move to husbandry. Good to go. Let's find the one we just moved. Fabio. I'm not sure it's a great name for a female cow, but hey, you know, it all works out in the end. You can be Fabio if you want to be Fabio. Go ahead and get this flipped around and out of the way. Let's grab our herdsman stick and get that one bull that got misplaced in here, that one adolescent bull, moved. All right, so Nelly needs to be renamed. Let's see. Nelly, change name. August of 3. And 1. All the ones end in numbers we know we're good with. Change name. A3. We have our limousine bull who needs to be moved. We can change his name now. Friendly Dusty. All right, not a bad name for a little bull. And our last one is here, Dot. August of 3. Perfect. So now let's come over here and let's find our limousine bull calf that we don't need. Let's get him moved to trailer. Cheery Kismet. Nope, that's not what we want. We want Friendly Dusty, move to trailer. It's like the checkboxes don't mean anything sometimes. So let's run Friendly Dusty over to the bullpen. Got a lot of happy bulls running around here, living out their days. All right, Friendly Dusty, move to husbandry. Done. Okay. That is going to be it for the moving and buying and shuffling of cattle for today. Or at least this month. Let's grab the Fiat real quick and grab our plow, which should be over here by our big grass field. I think it's just over here in the trees, right? Yeah, right there. Been debating picking up a rock picker. We're getting close to needing it. We'll just have to wait and see how that goes. It's a pretty big expense. We could rent one and just do this whole field, I guess. Wouldn't be bad to get those rocks. We'd have to find somewhere to put them. Let's see. I guess we could check the sale and see if there's a rock picker. I doubt there is, but never hurts to check. What is in the sale today? That's a nice Fendt harvester. The Lizard Colossus trailer, or the Titan trailer, that's a nice option. Again, I still like the look of those Versatiles. They look really nice. A basic tanker. anhydrous, which we're not running. I think that is, yeah, we already have one of those balers, so we certainly don't need another one. And then we're getting back up into the stuff that we already had. So no rock picker for us today, guys. How much is a rock picker? Let's just look, because then maybe I'll plow this whole field and we'll get all the rocks out of it, because once they're out, we don't have to worry about it again until until it's plowed again. We could rent this modified one. Let's just see. If we were to lease it, $2,000. It's not bad. How much, if we leased that, how much would a lime production cost to put in to use those rocks so we don't have to buy the lime? Not sure why I'm scrolling across the top. We're right in here. Let's take a quick look. So I got one for 15,000. That's a good lime production, but that is tough on the bank balance. So we'll have to see how that one works out. I am, as always, before you do any construction or any major field renovations, let's hit a quick save. Don't want to risk losing anything. I think we're going to end up taking a little bit of this road and bringing the field entry down just a little bit. So I'm thinking, like, maybe even start here. Let's go down. Let's allow create fields. Swinging out here. I think this is going to be a pretty big extension on the field, guys. Didn't initially think we were going to do that much, but it certainly looks like we are going for quite an expansion. I don't want to get off our, get off of our property. That's what I didn't want to do. Alright, so let's see if we swing this a little bit, if we get to stay on over here. So we know this is our property here. Okay, not too bad. How's that corner look? Probably a little bit steep. Let's see. Oh, it's not too bad. Okay, so let's just zip around here. Let's get all of this cleared out. And then we probably should look at putting some lime down. We did discuss doing a round of manure or slurry ahead of time. Alright, so let's do this. Let's pop this up. Let's line up with the edge here. And let's just square this end off. Have it go right through here. Excellent. And we can even fade that little bump out in over here. Let's see. Corner of the plow, right there. Yep, there we go. Put that back down, and let's go ahead and get the rest of this middle area plowed up. So yeah, I think we should do a little bit of field prep for tomorrow's planting. Lime would be good. Some level of nitrogen for fertilizer would be good. We probably don't have to line the old part of the field. Looks like I missed a stump there. Go back and grab that when we pass it again. Let's jump out here while we're here and remember. This one gonna cut in one piece or two? Let's see. Oh, only one, not bad. Back to the plowing. Yeah, so as I was saying, I think we probably are only going to need to put lime down on the new section of the field. We can check and see. Regardless, we need to do some nitrogen on all parts of the field. A couple of sprigs of grass here that need to be plowed up. Okay. That's done nicely. Yeah, it's not going to take too long to get this plowed up, but I think it's going to be a pretty significant increase in the area of this field, and certainly knowing that we got to the edge of our property there at the corner, you know, we're using all of the property we own up here, which is good. We still have room to expand on the low side of the property behind the open pastures, which is where I'm starting to look to put that new barn in. But we are probably within a year, 18 months, going to need another piece of property if we keep expanding. I don't think we'll get to the 300 cow goal with the barn setup we have, even if we add that one in. I think with the amount of rotation we're doing and the animals and the mixing, you know, keeping the calves separate and the birthing barn and everything else, we'll probably need a little bit more space. So let's get off the field here. Let's jump out real quick. And I want to take a look at what we have going on here. I think this is going to be, yeah, that looks really good, guys. I bet that's not quite, I bet it's almost doubled the field. Not quite, but I bet it's pretty close to doubling the size of that field, which is going to be really, really helpful long term. Well, that was quick and easy. Let's jump back in the Fiat. Let's take a look at the map real quick and just see what we need as far as needing lime. Let's see. Weed, plowing, rolling, mulch, stones, water. Where is our needs? Oh, we have to go over precision farming. Sorry. Still used to the old way before we got it. So the pH, yeah, it's not bad on the old part of the field. The new part of the field has nothing. We actually don't have any soil data over there, or do we? Trying to see, let's see, yield, seed rate, soil types. Now we don't have the soil data, so let's see. Purchase soil information, $3,400 for that little section. Yikes, guys, that is a lot of money right now. Yeah, we definitely don't need to redo all of the soil data for $3,400. So I think we're just going to go with what we got and put some stuff down and hope for the best. Love to get a tractor with a Iceria Compact on it, or have the Iceria Pro come up in the sale so we could start using that. So let's see what happens here when we put the lime onto the field without the soil data. Let's take a quick look. Grab our lime and manure spreader. Tucked in back over here. Can we sneak it by the livestock trailer? I bet we can. The trailer leg on this one takes a long time to come down or come up, and it causes it to slide, and now we're pushed over where we shouldn't be. Let's see. Swing that around, and then, oh, okay. We're in full-blown Austin Powers here, guys. We're cutting hard across, that's it. We're just bringing the whole trailer out this way. There we are. Leave that running for a second. Let's grab our lime. Pallet seed, lime. 5 of them? 10,000 liters? Yeah, let's go with 4. 5 seems like too much. And we have our Massey right here with the pallet forks ready to go. Let's bring that down, drop that off. Oh, not the back. Get this thing loaded up. We are turning tight. It's like this thing doesn't need to get warmed up or something. Getting that one loaded in. 3 more to go after this. You know, we just might have to buy that data. I'm wondering how much is it to rent the Iceria Pro or the Iceria Scout. Let's take a quick look. Is that under miscellaneous? If I remember correctly. So how much to lease this? $867. Might be worth running up to the store and grabbing that real quick. Let's get another load of lime in while we're sitting here waiting. Yeah, I think because it was what, $3,400 for the data if we bought it. Oh, nice, we can do 2. Afraid that might have been too heavy. It's $3,400 if we bought the data, so $800. That leaves us with, you know, ballpark $2,600 for samples. It's probably only going to be 4 or 5 samples. Probably should just run up to the store and get that. I don't know that we're going to be expanding our fields anytime soon, and so that's probably the last little bit of data we're going to need. Might set us back on the barn project a little bit. We'll just have to cross that bridge when we get there. We should have a good amount of cheese to help us get there, so hopefully that's going to work out well. Let's take a quick look here. So on time-saving stock check, the cheese currently have 10,000 liters. I don't think we have anything in the actual production right now. No, nothing in the production, but the birthing barn has 2,600 liters, and that's about what we're getting per day, somewhere between like 22 and 2,600 generally. So we should have a decent amount of milk to sell even into next month. So it's probably worth leasing that. So let's do this. I'm going to detach here. I'm going to run up to the store. Let's detach first. I'm going to run up to the store and grab the Iceria reader and go ahead and get that done on this field. So we just have the data. I'll see you guys in just a second. Alright guys, back from the store. Let's get this thing unfolded. Get our map open so we can see how much overlap we need to have. Yeah, I think this is going to take like 2 or 3, maybe 4 scans. Let's see. Get it all the way up to the edge there. And then what is it? Turn it on. Knock it down. I did a first impression on this when Precision Farming came out. I feel like the Iceria Scout works so much faster in Farm Sim 25 than it does in Farm Sim 22. And maybe I'm just thinking it's faster, but it seems like the other one in Farm Sim 22 just took forever for each sample. This one seems real quick, right in, right out. Okay, one last one coming across the top. Yeah, we can get all of it for sure. Just make sure we get that corner. And let's see if I can remember the keybinds from Farm Sim 22. Let's see. Y to send them off? Yep, Y to send them off. Excellent. So we'll get that returned later. Don't need to do that on camera. We have the field data now, which is great. Or we will have it here in just a minute. I'm not sure, does the field data, is it in-game time or is it real time that it takes to get it back? Like if I were to speed up time, would I get the data back faster, or does it just take like, you know, a minute? There it is, so it's done already. So I guess it answers the question. So I guess it's just real time. It takes about a minute, 30 seconds, something like that, to get that data back. So here we are. Let's go grab our lime to spread. Here we go. Now I see the leg is still down. The leg is still down. The leg, there we go. Now the leg's up. It's a great animation. Love the detail. Just wasn't ready for it the first couple times, and it pulls the back wheels of the tractor off the ground, so it makes it a little hard to steer. Alright, let's open her up. Here's to hoping that 4,000 was enough. Oh, interesting. We're not getting... Okay, so now we're getting an animation. So we were not getting an animation there to start. And we've used 250 liters. Isn't a ton. Hoping we have enough in here. We could get more out of the shed, but I'd really rather just use what we have in here. That's weird that animation keeps cutting in and out. I don't know what that's about. See what it takes to go all the way around the outside of the area once. And it's interesting because I think the cloud animation seems to be wider than the actual spread. But it could be the length and the fact that I'm turning. Just have to see. I know this is not a very wide working width. Alright, that one is... That pass is done. Have not even used 1,000 liters yet, which is good news. Maybe we'll put some more line down over the whole field. We're not going to take anything out of the wagon, I guess I should say. We could do a little bit of work on our grass fields. I'm not sure we need to do more lime on our grass fields right now. I do love the Nokian tires on here. I'll stop for a second. Let's turn this off. And look at the mud in those tires, guys. That is such a great addition. That's one of the things I love about the Nokian with the knobby treads. Great looking mud when you're driving over stuff like this. Really well done. Great addition to Farm Sim in general. Alright, a couple more passes. I think we're going to have a bunch extra. I'm glad we didn't put all of our lime in the wagon. Again, not that putting it on a field isn't going to help the field, but we only need to do a little bit of extra work with this today. And then I'm hoping we can get some slurry spread, which should help with our nitrogen. I'm hoping if we do a batch beforehand and a batch after we plant, that'll be good. Because with the monitoring equipment, the RCRC stuff, it does change the nitrogen based on the soil type and the crop. I mean, we don't have that information being fed in, so we're just sort of spreading for the sake of spreading. And in general, if we put down a little bit too much, it's not really much of a problem. It's more of, what happens if we can't get enough on the field to get everything covered. So here we go. Hopefully this is the last pass coming up here. Yeah, we barely used even 2,000 liters here. So we've got a bunch to spread around. I might do that off camera. I might go through and just use up the rest of this, hit all of our fields, and try to get them as topped off as we can get. Just for test's sake, I'm going to do one lap around the outside of this field and just see how much it helps, because this field really doesn't look like it needs very much. Let's see. Yeah, it's like, I almost wonder if the animation's turning on and off because it doesn't think that it needs it. Because it's not even turning it solid green going around the outside. And it might be that we're above the ideal level. Could that be the case? Let's finish going around the outside, and then I'll jump out and check an area of the field that we did, an area of the new field, and then an old area of the existing field that we didn't go back over, and see if it's making any difference in regards to what we're applying, because this doesn't seem to be doing very much here. I don't know why it keeps turning on and off. That might just be a glitch with the mod. Alright, so I'm going to park this here just because I'll come back between episodes and check that out. So over here, let's see what we have. So the pH is bad. Seems like we put too much down. Over here, the pH is bad because, again, we have too much. And the pH is perfect. Essentially, it's 6.25 instead of 6.5. So we really don't need to put any more. Yeah, see, it's okay. It's okay. It's perfect. Yeah, so applying more to this field is not going to help. The lime, basically, the pH hasn't worn out from 2 years of wheat. So let's check our grass field and see if I should be doing those between episodes as well. So the pH is good, 6.25. Yeah, we may not need to put any more lime down. We might have to just take that out of the spreader and put it back in the barn. That wouldn't be the end of the world. We could certainly do that. So for now, let's grab the slurry spreader. Now, what I'm going to do real quick on the way to the slurry spreader, let's put the animal trailer away and get that out of the way, since we'll be swinging by the barn to grab a slurry. I am sort of surprised that those hay bales have not been used up in the cow pen, but glad to have extra straw finally. It felt like after our first harvest we just did not have enough straw on the farm, so happy to have too much. Alright, international. Let's tuck you in over here out of the way. And we're back to the Fiat. And let's go ahead and grab the tanker, which has the slurry plate on it for just this purpose. This is a great mod. This is on my list of mods to do a review on. I've used a couple of these, but these tankers are just so well done. Just another prime example of a really, really good mod done by someone who knows what they're doing. So let's go ahead and spread the water. Let's see, I bet I can put that in the greenhouse, actually. I think the open pastures are full. I topped everything off this morning before I pulled you guys in. So here we are. Go ahead and get that emptied out. And I think we'll just spread a layer of slurry over the new area, and then we'll come back and do slurry over the whole field after we put the wheat back in September in next episode. So we'll just get that first layer put down and see what that does. It's just so hard with no monitoring equipment and using precision farming. We're just sort of throwing slurry at it and hoping that it makes it better. And it's not going to hurt anything, but it would be nice to have a more practical application that's more effective in getting us to where we need to be. So, get zoomed out so we can see the back of our tractor here. Sometimes I have to detach and reattach if I pick it up with water in it. Nope, we are good to go. That's a great animation on the back, too. Very, very well done. And again, we had mud in the tires when we were liming, and now we have lime on the tires. Just great. And the lime is from the real... It's a real dirt mod. It's another great mod just to add some immersion to your gameplay. Really enjoy that one. Alright, that's the end of where we plowed. We're going through the slurry quickly, but the spread is nice and wide, and so we're getting great coverage out of it. Even if it takes a couple of tanks, we had 64,000 liters of slurry in the birthing barn, so we had plenty to go around. And it looks like we actually probably need some on the other part of the field as well, but for now we'll just get the new part done. Turn off there, little slurry tanker. Gonna get just a little bit and then we'll have to go back and fill up, but that's alright. maybe get one pass down. Probably not the whole way. That's not a problem. We got lots of slurry. Alright. Yeah, I mean, that got more than half the field done, so that was great. So I'm going to finish this up. I will look at doing the rest of this field with slurry between episodes so that when we come back, we can get right into planting wheat. We should be in September. And we will be looking at not only planting the wheat, but also be monitoring the price for our cheese so we can get the best price for that when we sell it as well. And hopefully with the sale of the cheese, and we'll have a little bit more, so I'm going to run that milk over from the birthing barn to our dairy production here between episodes as well. You know, hopefully we continue to get some more, and that will pay for the new birthing barn, essentially, which will hold more cattle and more animals and help us continue to grow our farm. So one last pass here. Let's kick that over, get turned around, grab this middle section. I think that's going to be it for today, guys. I will get the rest of this field done between episodes and get another layer of slurry put on the whole field so we're ready for planting. I will see you guys in September. Thank you so much for joining me for this episode. Don't forget to drop a like and turn on notifications for more videos. And we'll see you in the next one.